So the term that comes to mind in relationship to why mindfulness is so important in terms of working as a team is creating psychological safety. And psychological safety means that people feel safe enough to say what can be uncomfortable. They can have a dissenting opinion. They can ask a question that perhaps they feel they should know the answer to. They can contribute in a way where even if they say something that they're like, oh God, I wish I didn't say that, they know that the team holds them in high regard and that there is emotional safety, that there is an openness and a vulnerability so that there is trust. Psychological safety is about trust, but you can only engage a team and move towards psychological safety when there's a level of self-awareness that each participant invests in and develops and possesses. And so what mindfulness does is that it elevates self-awareness because we're not caught in coping strategies and coping mechanisms and defense mechanisms that keep us trapped in habituated ways that are probably adaptive in many ways throughout our life, but destructive. Because if people show up and they don't know who they are and they are acting in ways that are defending their own ego but harming other people, you're not going to achieve a collective goal when they're looking at their own needs, sometimes primitive, sometimes egoic, sometimes based in fear, and all of those are kind of one and the same. And so mindfulness allows people to say, okay, here we are coming as a team. And what we know is the greatest foundation that we need to establish is trust so that we can create an environment of psychological safety, so that we can speak our truth and collectively move towards an outcome we are hoping to achieve, impact we want to make. We all need to come together through the wholeness of who we are. So what that requires is I know who I am. And that if something comes up for me, I can raise my hand and say, I'm not comfortable with that. Or can we move this other way? Or I have a question. Or I have a brilliant idea that might shift the paradigm, but I feel safe enough to share it. And that starts with saying, what are my habits of thought? What are my beliefs? How do I emotionally regulate in the moment and understand how I process thoughts, feelings, and beliefs so that I can ultimately be accountable to myself and the goal of the team?